my channel. It's Paris Sierra. Today I have a special guest with me,
Jordan and Simone. Hi, you guys.
Check out her channel.
Check me out.
Today we're going to be doing a Q&A on Air Force. We are both in the Air Force. I am active duty.
And I am National Guard.
So we're going to be answering questions about Air Force life and services. So let's go ahead and get into this video. What is the difference between active duty and guard?
Okay, so you can answer. You want to start with that one?
So active duty, this is my career. This is my full-time job. I work 5 days a week like you would like out in the civilian world. I get 2 days off. And yeah, so if you have another job like on the outside world, you probably want to do guard or reserves, not active duty. So
yeah, and so National Guard is like basically the opposite of active duty. We're like working the 2 days that they're off. So
yeah.
we'll come into work the first weekend of the month usually. And we also have a 2-week training during the summertime for annual training and team building exercises. So like it's a lot of differences between active duty and National Guard, but one main difference is like everyday life. So National Guard is we're called when we're needed, and like natural disasters or in the event that that just happened with the U.S. Capitol, a lot of National Guard members were out there providing service there.
And I was here at the DFAC at my home base. So you pick your base. Yeah. And that's another difference. Like, okay, what was your tech school experience?
My tech school experience, I would say, was interesting. I was on a joint base in Fort Lee, Virginia. Classes were very fun. If you have a really good instructor, you'll have good class.
You're gonna be cooking.
You're gonna be learning a lot. You're gonna be in the kitchen every day. Yeah. You're gonna be cooking beside the Navy, who are great cooks. Tech school for PT. PT was fun. It was like you were expected to work out on your own, and it was more fun.
So my tech school experience was a little different, actually a lot different. So I actually went to 2 tech schools because I failed out of my first tech school. I was going to be an aerospace med tech, and that tech school is at Fort Sam Houston in Texas. And that tech school was really like relaxed, like the environment, not the studies. The studies were really hard compared to services tech school, hence why I failed out. It has like an 80% failure rate. Like, oh wow. So I wasn't alone. It's like you're learning how to become a nurse in the span of like 2 months rather than
it's very
in the
different,
real world.
Yeah.
So when I got to Fort Never Leave in Virginia, it was definitely a shock. Like they were way more strict, but the good thing about if you do reclass and go to another job, once you get to that, I got there and I could automatically wear civilian clothes. I didn't have to wear my uniform or PT gear.
Okay,
How did you wear your hair in basic, and how would you recommend new people to wear their hair when they come in?
Okay, so this one here, now I did so much research that was available at the time for hair. We're trying to be in the process of putting out more information for people for basic training. So I would say like do something to your hair that you know that you're going to be able to do to your hair every day. If you ain't got but 5 minutes, if you got 10 minutes, you may not always have time to do your hair. So get something that'll last for a long time, and then after that's over, have a plan for your hair after that hairstyle has run its course. Definitely. Because I cut my hair all off.
Same.
I came to basic with some cornrows, and they didn't last long at all because I wasn't like what I expected for my hair to be like, and what it actually was like was 2 very completely different things. So I would say, what would you say? So
I did the big chop before basic. Literally, I had no hair, and I thought, okay, this is gonna be easy. I can just wet it and go. Big mistake. I had to learn. I had to learn my curl pattern again. I had to find the products that worked for me, and basic was not the place to do.
No, and it'll make your hair fall out. Actually,
like
if you don't take care of it.
looking back now, I would have got braids, like knotless box braids or something, so I could just put it in a bun, and they would have lasted through basic. So.
But make sure if you do get braids, make sure that they're like thin.
Yeah.
And they're easy
don't get
to
like
put up.
Triangle parts. They have to be square parts.
Don't
look up the AFI before, because you don't want to go to basic already starting off wrong with wrong hair.
Yeah.
Like, that'll just be a mess. So
yeah.
do something easy and manageable. And you don't have to cut your hair, so don't think
you don't have to cut your hair.
Was basic training hard for you?
Okay, so the word hard, I would say like it's what you make it.
Yeah.
So in my mindset, I was determined that I was not gonna go to med hall. I was not gonna get injured. I was not going to quit. I was not going to let any MTI person, trainee, anybody get in my way of basic, like graduating from basic training. So in my mindset, really nothing fazed me. It was days that were harder than others.
Yeah.
And also I had to lose a lot of weight to join the military. And I'll put this in another video, but like going from, I wish I had worked out more before basic training, because they work you out.
Definitely.
I had a male and a female MTI for my flight. And so they worked this out.
Okay.
Yes. And so coming from being out of shape to going all the way, to be in shape is difficult. It's a transition, but it's not impossible.
So I'm not gonna lie, basic training was hard for me because being around a lot of females at one time was stressful and annoying, and it's a lot of different personalities. You have
a lot of different personalities.
Like, the thing that was hard for me was the working out part. Like, I did start working out before I left. Like, my dad would make me run with him in the morning. Like, he was getting me ready, but I hate running. So going from not running to running every single morning, that was a struggle.
We alternated between strength and run days. So we would have days where we would do like push-ups, sit-ups, like burpees. It was so many different strength day, and then we did 26 minutes.
I worked out every day, and I went from working out.
I really appreciated the alternate days, because running every day, I mean, it would have made me a better runner, but I also needed to work on my push-ups.
Okay, National Guard versus active duty enlistment process. So enlisting for me, I found a recruiter, and you start off from there. You have to like come in and check in with him. They did like see how many push-ups and sit-ups you could do one time. That was all my recruiter did. And then from there you go to MEPS. You take your ASVAB first. You have to get a certain score to join the Air Force.
Yeah.
And you go to MEPS if you get either disqualified or you're qualified, and then you get your date to go to basic training. Either some people go in with a job already, some people wait till they get to basic and then they get assigned a job.
Okay, yeah, so that's basically how ours is. Like, we had to meet with a recruiter, but before we did that, well, actually my high school offered the ASVAB test, and so I took it at high school, which was a ton easier than it is at MEPS. Yeah, and I'm hearing now that they have the option to take it at home. But I wouldn't. Yeah, I seen a video about that. They were saying that they're being able to take it at home now because of COVID. But
if you take it a little while after high school, don't feel bad if you fail, because I did fail the ASVAB the first time. I studied. I got a ASVAB book for dummies. Like, literally, I studied and I passed the second time. So don't get discouraged if you fail. If you fail the ASVAB, don't just automatically go join the Army. Just study a little more and then come back and take it again. Yeah, because I know some people really do that. They don't get a high enough score to join the Air Force.
I can't join the Air Force because
no offense to Army people. I'm not trying to talk bad about the Army, but you can have a lower score in the Army. That's just the reality of it.
And I mean, it's some good jobs in the Army too. Just join.
Y'all don't get me in the comments.
Being National Guard, let's see, we had what was called student flight, which is like the DEP program for National Guard. This is basically like the time where you get adjusted into the military lifestyle, whatever. So you would go to drill after enlisting in the Air Force every month or whatever. So before I went to basic, I went to student flight with a operational Air Force person who was also a prior Marine. And so when we worked out, the workouts were a lot tougher than they were at basic training. But he definitely got you there. He helped you learn the ranks. He helped you learn like what's like common terms in the Air Force, just the military in general. And we did a lot of fun things. So if you're interested in National Guard and you're in the DET program or you're in student flight, just look forward to it because, well, I know at our base we do a lot of fun stuff.
That sounds really cool because active duty, we don't get anything like that. You go from tech school straight to your base and you're like dropped there and you're supposed to like fend for yourself. That's kind of like what active duty is. So that sounds like really cool. I'm about to come to the guard side.
You can't do it now.
All day.
You already Air Force.
I don't know, guard sounds better than active duty. I'm about to join.
It's so many pros and cons to it.
What is the difference between tech school and operational Air Force? So I guess I would say tech school, it literally feels like you're a little kid. Like you can't, at Fort Lee, you can't go to the shop at the commissary anywhere, even to work out by yourself. You have to have a person with you. I don't know if that's changed since I went.
No, it's still the same.
But you have to have a buddy with you, like
wingman.
I'm a
wingman
person.
policy. Yeah.
I hated that rule because sometimes you just want to go somewhere by yourself. Like,
right.
Another thing is you go to class, like, it feels like you're back in high school, honestly. You have to, like, eat in the cafeteria, like, all this stuff.
The food.
It's a lot of rules, and you have to work out, like, as a group. When you become operational, everything is really, like, you're on your own, like,
your career with the military is your responsibility.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna hold your hand to pass your PT test or work out.
Right.
You're expected to work out on your own. Sometimes you do flight PT like with your workplace, but other than that, you're supposed to work out on your own. Yes. You have your own car. You can go anywhere you like. Like either you can live in the dorms or you can live off base once you reach the rank or if you're married. And it's just really like complete 180. Like it's nothing like tech school operationalism.
So it's basically like what you said. It's a lot of big differences. I would say for tech school, you kind of, even though you have all those like limitations and rules and stuff, it's kind of necessary to have that structure before you become operational, because you're going to learn a lot of valuable lessons in tech school that you can take with you to the operational Air Force. So for me, like, I know that, like we said, you're accountable for your own military career. There are times where you can experience, like, you have to get something done that nobody else has to get done. Like,
so how do you feel about going to school in the Air Force, and do you recommend it?
So being in the National Guard, you're basically in the military part-time. You basically come to work part-time, I would say, because you're in the military every day once you sign your name on the dotted line and you raise your right hand. So I would say it's a lot easier to be in school when you're National Guard, because you have more flexibility around your work schedule, or if you want to go to school online, you also have that option. And also, like in the active duty, you can go to school too. So
I would definitely recommend going to school. Like, don't be a procrastinator like me. I'm halfway through with my associates and I really just need to get on it and finish. But life is just like crazy, and it's a lot to do school, but schooling is going to be paid for. So you need to finish school while you're in. Like, if you want to just do 4 years or 6 years and get out, definitely get schooling in as soon as you finish your CDCs. Like, get it done as soon as possible. Okay,
so that's a good thing that you brought up CDCs, because CDCs, while being in school, I've done it. I would not recommend it. 10 out of 10 would not recommend at all. If you're gonna go to school, make sure that you get those done before and be on it. Make sure that you score a good score.
And you have to pass it to be able to like
rank up and have more qualifications.
Exactly. So
so being in school and doing CDCs, I would say don't do that. Wait until you're done with CDCs and then go into school.
And that's a good like thing you brought up, because the difference between active duty, you can't even start school until you finish your CDC.
And so you can do both.
You need to finish your CDCs as soon as you like get to your base, like and get it knocked out so you can start school right away. Question. So what are the benefits for being active duty, and then what are the difference in benefits for being guard?
Okay, so National Guard, so this is what we get a lot of hate, but there's a lot of misconceptions on like benefits and health insurance and stuff. So we get the same thing that they get, they just get it a different way than we do. So because we're not full-time, because we don't work every day, we do have to pay a small price compared to like health insurance for the National Guard. You are provided with the same company, which is TRICARE, but we go through a select reserve, and we also are provided dental, vision, health, and I think that's another one, but we get the same type of insurance. We just have to pay for it. And as far as education, we do get for National Guard 100% tuition paid for.
See, I'm learning some stuff here because I did not know that. What we're told, well, what I've been told is like reserve doesn't get like any benefit, like Guard reserve.
Yeah.
So the benefits for active duty is our health insurance is 100% paid for, so I can just go to the doctor anytime I feel like it, and I love it. That's like one of the biggest things about being in the military and why I've continued to stay in, because I've looked at civilian healthcare like packages, and it's just like crazy expensive.
Yes.
So yeah, if you need healthcare, come join the Air Force.
Also, you get discounts everywhere you go. So
yeah,
basically, like your military ID is like the key to the city. Everybody has military. Almost everyone has military discounts.
And I don't mind saying, do you have
military discounts?
The last question is, do you wish you joined active duty? And for me, do I wish I joined Guard?
I'll let you answer first.
Okay, so sometimes I think I wish I had joined Guard. That's why I kind of want to do AGR position now, but only because I want to go back to my home base to get help with like my twins or whatever. At joining active duty first, because I got to like get the experience of being active duty and going to a new base. But I don't think I want to do 20 years active duty. Definitely not. If I decide to stay in, I'm definitely gonna either transfer to Guard or reserve. So
yeah, and that's typical. A lot of people do that. They'll go active duty for like 4 years or 6 years or 10 years even, and then they retire, or they'll switch over, transition to reserve or Guard. So for me personally, I live an entrepreneurial lifestyle, and so therefore my schedule is very hectic, and being a National Guard gives me the flexibility to do what I want to do, like going to school and working and maintaining a business. And so I sometimes wish I had the stability of going, I wouldn't say stability, but like schedule of being active duty, because there you know what you're making and it's easier to follow, whereas being an entrepreneur, you have to kind of work with what you have. So, but I do like National Guard. Plus you have the option to do active duty within National Guard, where you get the same benefits as active duty, but you can choose where you want to stay.
That is a dream.
That's what I'll be transitioning into after I get all my schooling and stuff done. But yeah.
Well, that's the end of this video. If you made it here, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching our Air Force Q&A. I hope it helped you out. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Go to her channel.
Yes, check out my channel, Jordan Simone.
Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to my channel. Give us a thumbs up. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you
Bye.
in the next video.